Hey man, you watching Cold Red with the one and only big homie. My big homie, KV. It's up there and it's stuck there. Boom!
Ricardo or more, drink like a boss.
Hey, what up? We in Cold Red, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm your host, The Playmaker, and today we have a very, very special guest in the building. Professionally known as Brother Dave, formerly known as Shake, but the streets know him as Shake Dollar. We got a Ghost Town legend in the building. He's so official, hood certified. Shake Dollar, what up?
Hey, what's up, baby?
Man, first of all, I want to welcome you to the couch. I want to thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to come share your story with us. I got some very in-depth questions for you. You ready?
Let's go.
Man, let's get right to it. So, Shake, for the people that don't know about you, tell them a little bit about you.
Born and raised Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Raised in Hillside, but in '83 I ended up hanging out. I represent Center Street. My grandmother stayed on 3rd and Ring, so a lot of people know me from over there playing basketball. But you know, I identify. I'm from Ghost Town, like you said, man. That's my home. But yeah, I'm just an average dude trying to make a better way.
No doubt. Man, you had a long, interesting journey to get where you are now. But in order to get where you are now with such a positive mind frame, let's take a trip down memory lane and talk about all the things you went through to get where you at now.
Okay. So at 9 years old, right, I'll start this story this way. At 9, I remember playing a game called Hide and Go Get It. And I was in Hillside, we played the game Hide and Go Get It, and I found this girl. And I remember she said, "No," and took off running. And so everybody, you know, she ran back to the little group. And when I got back there, she was like, "Oh, if you light, you all right. If you brown, get down. But if you black, stay back." And everybody bust out laughing. And I didn't understand what they was laughing at. So I went home, told my mama what happened. And my mother said, "It's okay, baby. You ain't ugly to me because you black, you dark." But in my mind, that translated to me being ugly. Right, and so from 9 to 13, I kind of lived a sheltered life where I go to school, I go to church, I play basketball, I go to boxing practice, and then I'm back in the house playing with G.I. Joe men. I'm not going out anymore. I'm not engaging my community or the kids in the community because I feel ugly. And so that's an important part of my story because it was that feeling of ugliness that ended up playing a role in me joining a gang.
Okay.
Right, so at 13, and you know, I can share the story real quick. I'm playing basketball at North Division, and I got pretty good at basketball, so I'm talking stuff. And these kids at Parkman after the game wanted to jump on me. And it was these 3 dudes who I seen them every Saturday. They come wherever I'm playing at, they come to my court, but I didn't know them. And so after the game, they was finna jump on me. These 3 dudes was like, "No, y'all ain't finna mess with them." And it, no exaggeration, like 30 kids. Bowed down to these 3 dudes. Later on, I found out these was the infamous 1-9 Deacons.
Okay.
Right, and so they told me about this dude named Chucky. They wanted me to come down in their hood to play basketball against Chucky. And that decision to go changed my life.
Changed everything, huh?
Yep, changed everything.
Most people know the legendary name Shake is connected to a lot of street activity. But that ain't how you really got the name.
No.
Tell the people the origin of the name Shake.
Okay, so basketball was my first love. And there were 2 people that I kind of idolized when it came to basketball. That was T. Shake, and there was a dude named Shakespeare. So Todd Burnett and Easton Wright, right? So T. Shake, he could do everything. He was like a magician. He could handle the ball. He was long. He was cold. And Easton could dribble Shakespeare. He could dribble, he shake, but he was more like a Harlem Globetrotter type basketball player. He was always out there having fun, silly kind of, right? And so I kind of incorporated both of their styles, right? I studied and practiced to the point they started calling me Baby Shake. So 8, 9, I'm Baby Shake. 8, 9, 10, I'm Baby Shake. And then at 10, I was playing for Victor Berger. We got kicked out. ended up playing for Malcolm X Park, which is, we know as Garfield, Clinton Rose. For 1 year was Malcolm X. But then 82 is when there wasn't no baby no more. Now I'm Shake. Because I done kind of matured a little bit physically and my game done matured. And yeah, now it ain't baby no more. Now it's Shake. So it really derived from basketball.
Was you that nice with the pill?
Yeah, Milwaukee done had a lot of good basketball players, legendary basketball players. For me, I'm one of the ones, because of the streets start taking over. At the same time that my game began to develop, I'm in the streets now. And so there was a conflict. But yeah, I earned my name. I didn't make it up. They gave it to me. And so, yeah.
Well, the name definitely became legendary in two sports, we should say.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like Pee Wee Kirkland.
Yeah.
You know? There was a time before basketball, and you kind of talked about it a little bit, but it was a gap in between there, chasing the girls
Mm-hmm.
and playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the love for the basketball really kick in? And how did you find that talent?
Well, I think I found my identity in basketball, right? Because like I told you, from 9 to 13, I was having this identity crisis. And I can go and practice basketball. Like I would, in the winter, I'd shovel off playground spot and I go out there and dribble and play in the winter. And I can do basketball by myself. I can watch the Bucks on TV. I can watch different players and try to imitate some of the stuff they're doing. And somehow I got lost in it. And I fell in love genuinely with basketball. It just so happened, though, the girls, the streets, that love became a little larger, right? Especially somebody told me once, I remember I was in the 10th grade. No, I just went to Washington. And I was 5'11", probably ain't finna grow no more. At that time, I moved to 6 feet. But I was 5'11", and they was like, man, you got to get stronger, and you need to be taller if you plan on going to the NBA. But then they also coupled that with, you need to start going to school. You got to do great. And I never liked school, right? I never liked school. My time in Washington was the best time, where I actually had a 2.2, a 1.8. Them was successful grades for me.
Did you really earn them?
Yeah, well, yeah. You don't take much to get a 2.2 and a 1.8. Just go to class. You know, at North Division, I wasn't going to class. I'm gambling in the bathroom, doing all this other stuff. And so I consistently had a 0.000, right? And so anytime I can get a number, especially before the point, I was doing pretty good. And so somebody ended up coming into my life and deterring some of my dreams, right, when it came to basketball. And then, you know, my friend got killed, and that changed me too, right?
So, Shake, you talked about chasing the girls. You talking about your first traumatizing experience. Then you talk about your love for the game, how you found the rock, right? By you being so gifted at basketball, was you really wanting to play because you could play, or because you found out that people like you because of your skills?
Yes, that's a good question too, man. I was playing for me. I ain't never really cared so much what people thought, right?
Well, the same girls that was calling you ugly are jocking you now.
Yeah. And so basketball opened up a door to give me, you know, groupies, right? The girls started liking me because it gave me an identity that way. But I was never playing it for that, right? I was playing basketball because I'm good at it, and I enjoyed it. And it was like, just like talking and walking. Basketball became a natural thing for me, right? And with that came girls and dudes. Now I'm cool. People want to, you know, kick it with me and stuff like that. But I was never playing the game for that. That just was a result of it. But that was never my motivation when I was playing.
At what point did it all go wrong?
Shit. It depends on how you determine wrong, right? So,
Well, you had dreams of the NBA.
So I got shot at 15 the first time, right? Down on 3rd and Keith, by big load. I ended up getting shot, and that affected me when it came to ball too, because now I'm headed the wrong way. I'm going deeper into the streets, and so the love of basketball is starting to leave, because now also I started smoking weed, and now I'm drinking. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff that's not consistent with a basketball player, right? Because now my lungs ain't no good. I'm getting lazy. And so for me at 15, once I got shot, that's when everything kind of just started.
Yeah, but how does a kid that comes from a fairly decent household that attends church every Sunday get lost?
Easy, man. But the truth is, I was going to church because my mama was making me go to church, right? Because it was prophesied over my life that I'd be this preacher, the oracle of God, right? And so my mother and them started making me go to church. So I can't say no. But once I had another avenue, right? Because the streets will take you, again, that identity crisis where I felt ugly because I was black. Once I got accepted, and I got accepted by what we call a gang, a group of people they call bad. Once I got accepted there and the girls started giving me attention, all that other stuff went out the window because I'm validated over here, right? So even though I was going to church, and I was really living a double life. To my mom and grandmama, still, yes ma'am, no ma'am, right? For a year and a half, my mama didn't know I was in no gang. You know, so I got tattoos, and one day it was hot. And she said, why you got that sweater on, boy? It's 80 degrees outside. Take that sweater off. Boy, take the sweater off. I took it off. And I'm 14 at this time. I take the sweater off. I got tattoos, and I was hoping I was so black she wasn't going to be able to see them. She seen them and convinced to beating me at 14. Here I am, this hard little gang member getting beat by this woman. Right. But that's really when things started going bad. My decision, and don't get me wrong, in that moment, it was the best decision in the world because this became my family, right? This became these people I love today, right? But looking back on the way it affected my life, I just, I know that I need to be a red flag for somebody else now because nobody seen my red flags.
Exit basketball. Enter 1-9 Deacon. Joining the gang. How did that happen?
Again, playing basketball, just hanging out, right? So now I'm playing ball, and these dudes respected me from balling, and I ended up messing with a girl in Ghost Town, right? And now I got a little girlfriend, so now I'm skipping school. I mean, she was like, listen, I had never skipped school before, but she's like, my daddy go to work at 9 o'clock. You need to be here by 9:20, 9:15. So I catch the bus, get down there, and now I'm hanging out with the guys down here. So now me and all these dudes, we cool. And it just so happened they got they know how to steal cars, snatch purses. They know how to do stuff I ain't never thought of. And I didn't have the strength within myself to be like, no, that's wrong, right? Because now I got a group of people that accept me. So I want to learn how to steal a car. I want to go snatch a purse. And it's all derived around money, right? You got a bunch of poor kids trying to survive. And this was the means in which we did it, trying to survive.
Purse snatching.
Yeah.
Drug dealing.
Yeah.
Just overall criminality, right?
Well, that's survival.
Survival. We'll call it survival.
Yep, survival.
Because that's truly what it is.
Yep.
Let's talk about the purse snatching.
And I don't want to, in any kind of way, do I want to ever minimize or make any of this stuff highlighted like it was cool, right? But for the context in which we're talking, that was one of the most exciting things in the world because I ain't never had no money, right? And so I'm careful not to mention the names, right, because I don't know. But we had a crew.
Right.
It was 3 older dudes, 3 younger dudes. And the dude I was paired with, Money, I'll just say Money. Dude, I'm paired with Money. He'd go in the bank, and whenever he come out, the person that come out right behind him is my mark. I'm on the bus stop. And whenever they come out, excuse me, ma'am, you know what time it is? Anything to get a movement. Any kind of movement, as soon as they move, I snatch the person, I'm gone. Money job, though, unbeknownst to the victim, is that we're together. He now plays hero. But his job is to make sure don't no real hero get on me. And we got stolen cars positioned. So I know exactly where I'm running. And he know exactly where we're going, right? And I'm talking about change of outfits and everything. We had an elaborate thing. And so this is funny because this is how Shake Dollar come about. So maybe for a year, every month, for 3 days, we hitting every check casher place, every bank. We snatching purses everywhere. And so every purse, when I get into the car, I used to throw my purse to the older guy here, so I can get in and hurry up and take off my clothes. And they give me $75, and then go give me a nickel bag of weed for every purse. So every purse I'm getting $75, nickel bag of weed. So at the end of the day, I go home anywhere $350, maybe $500, depends. But every day I'm coming home with like $350 at the very least, right? Well, one time it was like $225. But I'm getting here and I'm cool, and I got me some weed. And so one day on Titonia, it used to be a bank on Titonia and Capitol, and I ran, and a real hero got on me, chasing me. And so instead of running where I was supposed to go, this lady from my grandmother's church seen me. David Michael. My dumb tail turned around and look. And now I can't run where I'm supposed to run. I done ran all the way towards Garden Homes. I'm gone. So I get in this alley. I take off my jogging suit, and I got the purse. I go in the purse. First thing was a little a coin purse. I go open this coin purse. Almost $300 in this coin purse. Then there's some change, and then it's an envelope. It's like $500 in a damn envelope. Oh, man. So it started dawning on me. They've been robbing me and hustling me all this time. So I done went shopping. I ain't been back in Ghost Town. I went got me some finger waves, some Adidas suits. And so when I finally go in Ghost Town, like 2 weeks later, they snatched me up on this fence in front of Dr. Rock house. They going in my shoes and all of my drawers, stuff where his buddy at. And Dr. Rock see him. Hey, what y'all doing? Oh, man, come here. And so they tell Dr. Rock I robbed him. I ran. And I explained, man, listen, I got separated. I went this way. And he said, oh, y'all can't be mad. He woke up. He woke up, y'all, just like y'all woke up. He woke up. Y'all can't be mad. But they were mad. But now I'm woke, right? Because the gig is up.
They have been robbing you for a long time, for thousands and thousands of dollars.
And the other two young dudes, Larnell and Tracy, I just thought about it. But I think they was getting them too, but maybe they wasn't.
Right.
Maybe they wasn't, I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, I woke up, and so whenever Dr. Rock would see me, he'd say, Shake Dollar. And then next thing you know, everybody started calling me Shake Dollar. It was just stuck.
Dr. Rock gave you that name, the legendary Dr. Rock. Hey, listen, man. The gang life have become so intriguing to you that you forgot all about basketball.
Yeah, that was gone. That was over. Wasn't no more basketball. Basketball, I wouldn't even go on 20. Every now and then, I have a shooting contest with the guys, right? I just we'll bet, take shots. But I ain't going to no rec center no more, because I'm out here now. I got 2-3 guns on me. I got drugs on me. I'm doing drugs. You know, I'm on something else, man. And so basketball left. My love for it. Even to this day, I watch more football than basketball, right? And I remember my little sister was telling me, it's probably a year ago now, she was like, I remember you used to love basketball. You go everywhere with your basketball. I was like, you know how long ago that was? She said, yeah, but them was the good old days. You just go with your ball, dribbling everywhere. You going to look for somebody to play ball with, and I forgot all about that, right? There's so innocence. I lost an innocence, man. Yeah.
So 1-9 Deacon, 16 deep, 17 deep, 14 deep.
Yeah, they all out of Ghost Town.
All Ghost Town, right? Have you ever had any interactions with any of those other gangs, or were you all cool with them?
No, well, for the most part, you know, Tracy used to get us in a lot of trouble, man. Tracy, no. So I'm mindful. I got my butt whooped one time in my life, right? I mean, like really got my ass kicked. And it was dude Rick, right? Rick was a DJ, and
the Rickster.
Yeah, the Rickster.
Shout out to the Rickster.
And me and Rick was cool, but Rick then was working for our Rick. Right, because I don't know. So anyway, they was working for Rick, and they ran off of Rick's stuff, right? And so Rick put a hit out on him. Rick said, hey, man, I'm going to give you 2 ounces of $250 now, 2 ounces, $250 after you get these niggas. Say less. So they on 20th, sitting on this porch, and me, a couple guys. Anyway, we pull up, see him, and I got a table laid. I go up and hit Rick, pop, And next, Rick was on the porch, Lil Red, some other people on the porch. Anyway, I hit Rick, and somebody else got hit, and so now we out here whooping them. So maybe 4 hours later, my car is parked on 19th. This happened on 20th. It's right on 20th in front of KP and them house. My car is on 19th between Clark and Wright. So I come from KP and them house through the gangway, through that little field across from the Triggs, and when I'm getting in my car, I see this gray and black, like deuce and a quarter come, a Bonneville, come out the alley. So I'm looking, all of a sudden a Tech 9 come out the window. So I jump in the car. They chased me all the way up Right. Long story short, I had to put the car on the sidewalk, got away on Fond du Lac. The next day, I'm by my guy Nick house, tooting, drinking. I've been over here since like 1 o'clock in the morning, getting high. And this little boy first came to the house and was like, hey, Shay, get somebody outside so they're going to whoop your ass. I said, what? I've been drinking too. I said, what? He said, yeah. He said, he going to whoop your ass. And this girl comes and was like, yeah, it's Rick out there in front of Bond's store. I said, what? Now, this is summer. And it's got to be like now 10 o'clock, maybe 11. I'm like, what? Say less. So I get up and march down there. I remember I had some Hennessy. I finished drinking the rest of the Hennessy behind Jamal's house, throw the Hennessy down, I go through the alley, I come, and it's like Juneteenth. And then first thing in my mind is like, why is every motherfucker out here at, gotta be like 10 o'clock in the morning, but everybody's outside. I'm like, what the hell? And I see Rick in the middle of the street. And he on some Joe Jackson shit. He got his fist like this. And in my mind, I'm finna beat the shit out of Rick DJ ass, right? I'm finna beat Rick ass. So I come out there, I'm talking shit to him. Nigga, what you on? Now, come on, Shake. I thought you was my guy. Come on, huh? Ain't no jumping now. Ain't no jumping. I said, ain't nobody gotta jump you, nigga. So I come out there, I'm finna dance on him, right? I'm finna play with him. Man, that motherfucker hit me, bop! Every piece of cocaine I had tooted that morning, weed out. I think I farted it out.
He hit you that hard?
Man, that nigga hit me and let me know this is not a game. Right? And so while I'm gathering myself, he grabbed me and slammed me on the sidewalk. Bow! I'm like, damn. And so and this is happening in slow motion, right? Because I'm feeling every piece of it. Like, what the fuck? And so I remember LaRue be stuttering. Get up! And so now I'm getting up, but he dislocated my shoulder. So now I'm wounded, but I can't really show it, but he peeped it. I seen in his face, he knew he fucked me up. And so I'm up here trying to, I can't raise this motherfucker, right? So I'm trying to dance, and that nigga pop, 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 pop.
At any time during that fight, did your mind tell you to run?
Hell no, ain't no running. No, hell no. My mind told me to get that gun from Sneak and shoot the shit out this nigga, beat me. Oh, excuse my language. But that's what my mind said. But I couldn't even let Sneak do it. Sneak was finna pop him. Sneak was like, man. I said, I couldn't do it. But that's what my mind was saying. Pop this nigga. Because this is not going well, right? And I don't even remember how it stopped. But somehow LaRue had a role. And LaRue and Puppy, I think, came out, fuck that. It's over, right? And so that was the end of that. I ended up going to jail shortly thereafter, and then I heard he got killed.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rickster, man.
Yeah,
man,
he's a good dude too, man.
It was very few incidents in Ghost Town where you heard about you actually even getting whooped.
Yeah.
Right? But we're going to do a story time.
Okay.
What does 17 Deep mean to you?
Oh, yeah. So they falsely, how do I tell this story? Because the truth is, I had a warning not to hang with a certain person, right? And when he got out of jail, because they put a label on him, when he got out of jail, hey man, they saying woo woo woo. He explained the situation to me. I'm like, all right, no problem. This is my guy.
And it sounded good, huh?
Well, it sounded legitimate, right? And so this was my little partner. So we start hanging every day. So on this particular day, he was like, man, let's go out. I was like, no, I'm gonna go on in. No, man, I ain't finna go back down in Ghost Town because I'm really hanging out on the east side again. And so he was like, man, I'm just gonna go on in the house too then. And so I thought when I dropped him off at his house, he was in. So come to find out, well, I guess I'll tell the story, then I'll tell you that part. So this guy named Ali had a spot on 20th. The feds had raided it, but it was $1 million spot. So now it's just empty, but all of the dope fiends are still going to this spot. So me and my partner, I had an idea. I got 2 ounces of hard. I was like, listen, man, he got his girlfriend's little brother always following around, want to do something. So I was like, hey, man, put little dog in the house. We're going to give little dog 1.5 ounces of Reggie, put him up in there. We're going to stand in front, and I'm going to pitch this other half, just give it out, let them know we back open. So me, my little guy, and this dude named Slim standing outside. And so while we outside, now mind you, I got on a blue silk outfit, right? And because I got on a silk outfit, I got on, you know, some briefs and, you know, silk socks and suede Viannis. And anyway, I'm out here looking like a player. So all of a sudden, it's like, all of a sudden, TD niggas come around the corner. Dudes, girl, these my folks. You know, me and Trey, baby, that's what. So I come down the stairs like, hey, man, what's happening? And before I know it, a nigga put a gun up on me. Woof. Like, what? Then a nigga fired me. Pop. So when he fired me, I fired back. And I pivot low because dude got the gun on me. So I pivot and dude with the gun is like, so I stop. Now they come and grab my hair. I had a perm. They grab my hair, pull me down, they get to jumping me. And I remember I got up. Now they pulled me in the middle of 20th Street and they jumping me. And so when I get up, I hear somebody say, he up. And they start shooting. So I run through the alley. I come out on 21st. I run across 21st Street Playground. But now my shirt is off. I still got the pants on, but my shirt is off. So I see Puppy, Chris, and I think Sneak on the Puppy porch. So I run and I go to jump the fence. But my pants legs get caught on the thing, right? So I'm kind of like hanging off the fence. So I rip myself down. Now I rip my pants. So a car come around, and it's Trey Baby. And this is my partner. Even though these was his guys, I run up to Trey Baby car like, hey, man. He get out with the 3. Anyway, he get out. And, man, Shake, you out of order. And, you know, I take off, right? I hear shots and shit. I take off. And so I'm running. I come out this gangway on 24th and Center. Now, this is off 21st. I done ran all the way to 24th and Center because there's a bus right here. So when I see the bus, I run up to the bus. Now, when I'm coming through, my pants all ripped up. So I done just took these motherfuckers off. And, excuse me. And I got on some bikini briefs. So now you got my 6 foot, big old black tail with a raggedy perm, butt naked except for these briefs, nylon socks and suede Vianni shoe loafers, right? And I'm running up to this bus, knocking on this bus.
Looking like a pimp in distress, huh?
It's real life. And the lady bus driver looked and took off. Didn't open the door, didn't do nothing, right? So now I got to run up Center Street till I get to 32nd so I can hit Hadley and go behind that little, because ain't no other way to get around. My mama stay on 44th and Hadley. Long story short, get to my mama's house and cut all my hair. And
you cut the perm?
Yeah, they had to go. I'm going to war. I don't need no perm. I'm finna go to war. And I remember cutting my hair and ended up cutting it with a razor, and I got little patches of blood, so I put some tissue to stop the blood, right? And one of my guys, so I'm calling to check on my little guy too, because I'm thinking he done got jumped and whipped. So I'm calling around checking on him, and he's like, oh man, his sister tell me he by his girl house. Long story short, when I finally catch him, he tell me, hey man, T-Money wants you to holler at him. I said, yeah. Call T-Money, hey man, where you at, man? I'm on my way. T-Money come to me and bring an AK, bring me this thing, right? And I want to be careful, you know, so I use some of these names might be changed to protect the innocent. And so anyway, T-Money bring me an AK, and I had never seen fired AK ever before. I was like, what am I gonna do with this? He got it in a duffel bag. He's like, man, just pull this one and let it go. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go. He said, oh no, you know, they're my guys too, man. I can't do that. They're my guys. I'm like, what? Man, when you're done, just give it back to me. Now, the irony of all that is, you're going to give me something to go kill up a bunch of motherfuckers, and then when I'm done, give it back to you. So anyway,
right.
I get to walking. Now, mind you, my mother went at home. She was at work. So the lady downstairs that let me in her house, her son, Toy, gave me a jogging suit. And I wear size 12. He wear like a 13 shoe. He gave me a pair of shoes, too big. So anyway, I got on a pair of shoes, too big, a tight little jogging suit. I look crazy. I got pockets, a little wet tissue with blood stains on all over my head. And I marched up to the bus stop to get on the Center Street bus. So I'm on Sherman and Center when the bus comes. And as things have it, the same bus driver, because the bus used to go up on 60th and rest and then come back down. And so it was coming back down. And so the same bus driver lady, so now I'm getting on the bus because there was 2 other people on the bus stop. So now I'm getting on, and when it registered her that I'm the dude she seen earlier, because now I sit right down. I ain't got no money to pay. I ain't got nothing. I sit right down in the front seats where the old people sit, and I got the thing still in there, but you could clearly tell this a gun. And so I'm sitting there. That lady didn't stop for nan. I'm talking about people bringing the thing. She ain't stopping until I got up. I got up. I got off on 20th, and I remember getting off on 20th. 3 of my guys sitting in this car. I'm walking. Shake, shake. I get in the car, and I'm thinking they ready to ride. They give me a plate of cocaine. I was like, man, let's go. They say, no, man. Everybody, no. You need to take it easy. You need to think this through. How you gonna give me a plate of? How you gonna give me damn near 16 grams? I'm talking the plate loaded. Let's go. And then you gonna tell me to take it easy? I need to think it through. Man, I'm out of here. So long story short, I get out the car, walk. I end up seeing another one of my friends who, at this time, was on drugs, and everybody used to talk about him. And and Ernie MC, I give Ernie a shout out. Ernie was the only dude, man. He had a 38 on him. He's like, I thought he was asking for some money because I always give him some money. I was like, Ern, not now. He was like, what you mean? What you mean, not now? And he lifts up, let's go. And Ernie keep a stolen car in every alley of Ghost Town, probably still today. And so, well, I shouldn't have said that. Edit that part. But anyway, long story short, man, everything ended up coming to a head. And I remember my mama saying this to me when I seen her later that evening. And this is some of the best information I've ever gotten from my mother, right? She said, what happened to you? I said, nothing, Mom, it's all good. She said, no, real talk, what happened? So I explained to her, and she said, now last week you told me that you were having the best time of your life. This is the best time of your life. You live, everything is coming together. You told me this. I said, yeah, but Mama, she said, no, how many people have you robbed? I said, what? I said, Mama, not now. She said, no, for real. How many, because you're a player, right? You're a boss player. So how many people have you robbed? I said, Mama, I don't want to hear that. She said, how many people have you jumped? Have you ever jumped somebody before? How many people have you jumped? I said, she said, because I just really want you to understand that what goes around comes around. Now the game then came full circle to you. You saying a whole bunch of people jumped on you and ain't nothing wrong with you other than your pride. Ain't nothing broken. Ain't nothing, you ain't got no contusion. Ain't nothing wrong. You done cut your hair like an idiot. But ain't nothing wrong with you other than your pride. And you finna allow your pride to send you back to prison for the rest of your life. I was like, yeah, Mama, whatever, whatever. And I leave, and Sneak came and picked me up. And all we listened to, a trigger got no heart. A trigger.
Just on repeat, huh?
That's all it's playing. And we blowing, and we riding. Now I got a 4.5, a 9, and this AK. And he got a shotgun and his little 9. And we going, and then next here come little G. And now I got like 3 cars, and we kind of moving. But what stayed with me, because that night we didn't catch anyone. And so that night I slept on everything, and I still got war in my mind. The next day they made a call, hey man, you and Trey Baby need to talk, woo, woo, woo. Come to find out that 3 people had robbed one of Trey Baby's spots. And the 3 people were masked up, but they knew one of them because he was bow-legged and had a big head. They could tell who that was. Another one was short and had a real screechy voice, and they knew who that was. And then another one, they said he was quiet, and he had a 4.5. And people that know me in town know I like the 4.5. But he had to have a lot of hair. Never dawned on him it was a person with a curl, not a perm. But it ended up, as everything came out, the person with the curl was one, not me.
Right.
Right. And so, yeah, and you know all the characters that was,
definitely.
And so, anyway, that ended up happening. But, yeah, for a long time, 1-9 wasn't honoring any other sect in Ghost Town, right? You either gonna be 1-9 or you ain't nothing. And so when 16 deep and 17 deep, because really the first other gang that came out of Ghost Town was Shorty folks, Lil James. Anyway, left and they started the thing, right? And so that came out of a ghost town before 17 or 16 deep.
Right.
Right. And so, yeah, but.
Shake, it just seems like throughout your life since you left the love of basketball that it's been filled with pain, trauma, and violence, right? When was the very first time you really felt like your heart got snatched out your chest?
I think when the judge gave me 75 years, that had to really be a moment.
Does that go second to you losing your very close friend?
Which, yeah, Troy, yeah, at 16. So, yeah, that was a different experience. So, yeah, Troy's death was, yeah, no, nothing compares to that, right? I can't even put anything with that.
Because you was left to be responsible for Troy that night.
His mother, before we left, so me, Troy, and Kiki were going to a sleepover. The girls, cheerleaders, and the pom-pom squad for Washington were having a sleepover, and they invited, the only boys they invited was me, Kiki, and Troy. And me and Kiki were 1'9", but you know, we in this stage, we're going to school now. We're not hanging out in Ghost Town as much as we were. And so we try to go in a different direction. And Troy has never been in a gang, but his big brothers were. They were 2'7". And he looked, you know, they're mixed. So they all look like Prince, right? And so while we on our way to this party, I remember these dudes come out, and they was like 2'7" killer. 2'7" killer. And like, ain't no 2'7" here. Ain't no 2'7s here, but they was talking to Troy, thinking he was his brother. And we got talking and arguing and stuff. And a sound went out. Oof. All of a sudden, these dudes come from everywhere. So in Ghost Town, we got a word, we got a saying that when we say 6'8", that means break. Ain't no looking around, ain't nothing, hit it. And Troy didn't know that word. So when I say 6'8", me and Kiki gone. Troy don't run. So I remember when I'm on the other side of this car, now this is February '87, there's snow everywhere, and I'm on the other side of this car in the snowbank. God allowed me to make it to this car. And I remember looking up, and Troy was running, and shots are flying, and he got hit, and then he got hit again, and I got a sheepskin coat on. And so when he fell, I run to him. Kiki run around on 30th and Burleigh is a fire station. He run this on 29th and Chambers. And so he runs around the corner to the to the fire station. And I run to Troy. And when I'm holding him, you know, his lips, you know, he died. And I remember the little white lady, the ambulance lady came and pushed me. Let him go, move! And she pushed me. And his body hit the street. And I remember thinking, but he was already gone. And we hearing sirens. And so I got blood on my coat. So I was like, come on, Kiki. So me and Kiki go through this yard, and we go through the yard. The police already in the alleys and everything, they arrest us. And so they take us down, they read the rights. And the first thing they do, they got a book with gangs. And so they showed me. Now what happened? It was gang related. Why'd you shoot him? And where's the gun? And I was like, man, what are you talking about? So I tell them exactly what happened. Man, some of us come out and this what happened. We ran. And what you talking about? Right? And not knowing the tactics these motherfuckers use. But I ain't killed nobody, especially my partner. And so they show me this gang book. You a 1-9 deacon and woo and what? And they run this whole thing. If it wasn't for this lady, because they was really, I don't believe they was gonna try to charge. This lady was in the window while we were out there arguing. She called the police and told the police it's gonna be a gang fight in front of her house. So the police were on their way, but she stayed in the window and seen the whole event and was able to tell the police everything that happened. So now I'm down here. They took my clothes because there's evidence and all this shit. And my grandmama come, and they saying we got it because Troy did. They told us Troy died, and we got to go to his mama and tell his mama that he's dead. And Me, my grandmama, Kiki, his auntie, a police detective, and my grandmother an evangelist. And then it's like a chaplain from the police department or something, man. So I remember we get to the house and I couldn't go up there. I couldn't go up to the stairs because now I'm down at, they got a gate. So I'm down at the gate and I'm crying. My grandma over there talking. And I hear Troy mama's like, Shake, Shake, where's Troy? Where's Troy? And they's like, ma'am. And she just screamed, man. She screamed, you know, like, I can't even describe the scream, man. There's a raw pain, man, that, but somehow in her scream, it was an indictment on me, right? Because I remember before we even left, that's what she said. Shay, take care of my baby. She ain't never said no shit like that. Where did her say that? So I don't know if she had a premonition, right? I don't know prior to that. And I never got a chance to talk to her ever again since, you know. But for her to say that was just kind of interesting. And then the reality that he didn't come back and she's, Shake, you know, and just, you know, like it was my fault, you know. And yeah, that kind of just messed me up a little bit.
Again, your life has been filled with pain, trauma, and violence ever since you left the love of basketball.
Yeah. I never looked at it like that either, but that is real. But that's what happens when you go into these streets, man. Ain't nothing out here in these streets, man.
Yeah.
But everything you just said, man. Everything you just said is out here. And that's what we're trying to get these kids to understand, man.
Yeah.
You know, what's fun in the beginning is pain in the end, man.
Definitely. Because your final chapter was a day that you'll never forget. The day that ultimately changed your life. Walk us through that. I'm talking about from the time you woke up to the time of the Roxberry incident.
So what I recall really about that whole day is the signs I had not to go out. Because at this time, me and my guy Al, we used to go out all the time. And AC was like, man, I'm going to stay with my girl tonight. I ain't going out. She's pregnant. He's like, I ain't going out. I'm like, all right. So I go by Sheila's house, and you know, Sheila got a man. We be playing like we, you know, cousins and shit. And she got a man though, right? But she really mine, right? And so anyway, she was like, Shake, don't go out. In fact, she called me David. She's like, David, you go. You know,
And
you
she
go.
never called you David.
Well, occasionally, when she real serious and want me to know she's serious, she go with the David, right? So she was like, David, you go out too much. This is what we're gonna do. She said, she funny. I'm gonna start a fight. I don't even know where she at. I don't know if she's in Milwaukee or not or whatever. But she's like, I'm gonna start a fight with dude, and he gonna leave, and then you gonna come back and we gonna smoke some weed, watch us a video, and just chill, right? DVDs was big then. So anyway, I lied to her and told her, yeah, I wasn't coming back at all. But I was like, all right, bet. Sound like a plan. So I remember going to my mama's house, and my mother really liked Sheila over all the other girls. And my mother, she's like, what you doing tonight, baby? You going out? You go out too much. You should just hang with Sheila. You and Sheila's. So now I'm thinking they done talk. They in cahoots. So yeah, yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. She's like, no, for real, baby. You go out too much. Just relax. Just one night, don't go out. And it was just, you know, like, man. But then I get a call from my guy Hot Rod, talking about he got a brand new Coogee. He said he jacking. He can't wait to go out. Plus, it's T's birthday. Now I got like 5 slick Coogees. I can't wait to bust out. Bet. Challenge accepted. I went home, took a shower, got myself together, and I'm ready to go. And Rodney came, Hot Rod came and got me. Anyway, long story short, we go out. And I remember in the parking lot, there was an incident. And the dude T, whose birthday it was, he get to jacking. He talking to some dudes. He say some shit.
Well, the rumor has it, it all started in the bathroom.
No. Okay, so according to the criminal complaint against me,
Okay.
I'm in the bathroom gambling, and while I'm in the bathroom gambling, my rappy come in and say, "Hey, Shake is drama. Give me the thing." And according to the criminal complaint, I come from underneath my sweater, and instead of giving it to him, I come out, and we come out, and there's a situation going on. Now it's shots fired. 5 people get shot, and by the grace of God, didn't nobody die, right? But I remember this, and I'm going to say this because it's the reality of God, right? I get arrested that night in the parking lot. And while I'm in this paddy wagon, I remember I prayed to God. Because somewhere in my mind, I believe 2 people had died, right? And I told God, don't let nobody die. I said, God, forgive me. Don't let nobody die. Give me another chance, right? I'll do right. I'll do right. And they held me for 16 hours, did 2 sets of swab on the scene, line up, and let me go. And the first thing I did was go grab a gun. And now I'm going to check on my guys and see what's the play, where we at. And the day after that, I'm sitting over here by my guy Al's sister house. We're on 25th and Burla anyway, playing Street Fighter. And I remember the phone rung, and I got a blow square in the ashtray. And my guy don't do blow squares, right? So I got a blow square in the ashtray. And I remember I grabbed the phone. Somebody's like, Shake, why you didn't tell me you shot them people at Roxberry? Click. Say, man, I ain't here. He's like, fool, this ain't your house. Who calling you over here? This ain't your house. Right. Phone ring. He get up, he grab it. He don't say nothing. He changed the channel and grabbed my blow square.
And he don't even smoke a blow square, huh?
Right then, I know I got a pelly on the back of the thing. Right then, I know it's something bad. So I get up and start grabbing my coat. Da-da-da-da! We need your help. My picture, my rapping picture on here. I'm like, what? And so for the next 2 months, I'm on the run. And they got me on crime line every day.
What does the name Karate Danny mean to you?
Oh, man. So Danny was a security guard. And, yeah, Danny was a security guard. I remember Danny when he was 2'4".
But could he have changed everything?
If they told the truth, so the police lied. Okay, so, yeah, we can put this on the record. When I'm leaving out the club, now mind you, I'm high as a research monkey. I'm leaving out this club, and I hear somebody say, freeze. I turn around, I see a little bad news, so I take off running, because the police are all outside. Apparently, Todd Day got robbed, and the police inside and outside all over here, right? So the police are outside already, and so everybody running out. I'm going to my car. My car is in Northridge parking lot. But when I'm coming out, now I got this, I thought it was a police officer chasing me, but it was a security guard, and I got a 32. Ain't never been fired, nothing. I throw the 32 in the bushes. Police run me over, arrest me. While I'm in the back of the paddy wagon, the police come with a pencil and this 32. Him and the security guard. They come, yeah, we got you now. This 32 ain't never been shot. And that's what I threw. When I go to trial and go to court, they done lied and now said, because they found a Glock in front of the building. I ain't been nowhere near the front of this building. I ain't had a damn Glock. Excuse me. They done changed what they seen me drop to be this Glock. The police and security guard lying, saying that they seen me drop this Glock when I didn't. So the only thing about Karate Danny seen who dropped the Glock. And so if he'd have told the truth and stood on that, then there would have been a different game.
Right.
Right, but God, God let things
Have you
happen for a
ever,
reason.
did you hold that against him?
I don't hold nothing against nobody.
I'm talking about at that time your frame of mind was different.
At that time, my frame of mind was, I held everybody guilty. Everybody was guilty for what I was going through because I didn't have the mental capacity to look at me, to realize I'm the reason I'm going through this.
Right.
Right. I'm the victim in all this shit. Everybody else is guilty.
Right.
Right. And so that was my mindset then. But as I began to grow and understand me and really look at me and commit to me, I realized that no character in my story has been wrong or in any way their response to something I've done.
Let's finish the story.
Okay.
Because there were some very interesting things that happened after you got caught.
Mm-hmm.
And you decided to take them to trial.
Absolutely. So.
Did you think you could win?
Absolutely. It was like 533 people at this club. Only one person was saying they seen me do anything, and you had like 3 other people saying somebody else did something. They did 2 sets of swabs on me, both came back negative. Now, the state's theory at trial is that I'm somehow some kind of cold hitman, and I use my sweater to shoot, so all the residue would have been on the sweater and not my hands. But that's who thinks like that? That's James Bond shit. And so anyway, I just knew based on the evidence that I was going to beat it. Yes, sir. There was no doubt that I was going to beat it. The problem was, so there was a federal indictment going, and the feds wanted me to testify in front of a grand jury, and I just couldn't do it. I don't know anything to testify to, and so it just ain't going to happen. So my first two attorneys kept trying to play that game, because what they did was offer me immunity on the federal charge and 10 years on the state charge. But I got to play ball. And so I ended up firing these two attorneys because that ain't what's going on. And so they gave me a public defender, a black woman named Deidre Peterson. And I told this sister, I said, sister, get all the money you can. You're not going to take me to trial. You're not taking me to trial. We're going to retain an attorney. So whatever you got to do in these 90 days, because I got a speedy trial motion in, whatever you got to do in these 90 days, get your money, because you're not taking me to trial. So I said, okay. She understood. Fast forward to the day that the last pretrial hearing, I tell her, I said, listen, go in there and tell the judge you can't represent me. I already got my paid attorney out there, and he's out there waiting. The court knows, just go out there and step down from my case. I'm in the bullpen when I tell her. And she said, okay. So we get out here. Mind you, my 90 days dealing with her has been yes ma'am, no ma'am. She ain't really seen, that I got some mental health
She's been dealing
issues.
with David.
Yeah, yep. And so we get in there, and she said, Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Morrell, and he's informed me he doesn't want me to represent him. However, I've been studying diligently, Your Honor, and I believe that I can mount not only an adequate defense, I believe I can win this case. I believe this is a case that we can win, and Your Honor, I'm prepared. I'm looking at oh, man, this chick, she don't, oh, man. So I raised my hand. Judge said, Mr. Morrell? I said, listen, she's done all she can do for me. However, I have no confidence in her ability to represent me at trial. This is my life, and my family has retained counsel, and so I no longer want Ms. Peterson representing me because it's just too much at stake. And so the judge was like, okay, well, this case has been going on long enough, and Ms. Peterson did say she's aware, and I'm ready to get this case. I said, excuse me. You ain't understanding what I'm telling you. This bitch will not be representing me at trial. So the judge's like, what? She hit the thing. What? I said, no. So now she done stepped back. Because now the courtroom, they in the galley laughing, but I'm on something, and I'm serious as hell. And so she done stepped back, and the judge said, what? Mr. Morrell, you don't use that language in my... I said, no, you ain't understanding what I'm telling you. This bitch will not be representing me. Bitch, didn't I tell you? Excuse me, and the only reason I'm cussing is because this is what was actually going on. And so she spooked, and so the judge, shut up. I go crazy. I end up telling you, listen, the money you make in a year, I'm making a week. You need to be on your knees sucking a black man's. I done went crazy on the judge.
Who was this judge?
Diane Sykes. And so they stop everything. They rush me back into the thing. Now, half these dudes was in there waiting on plea deals. They finna go home.
Hey, man. Because I got stories from cats that was in the bullpen that day
they
when you came back.
Yeah, they had to go home. Their case was not being heard today. And so they made everybody go back, left me in the bullpen for like 3 hours, and then they come get me, and I go in there, and they done made everybody in the galley leave. Ain't nobody in here now but the detectives, the sheriffs, the police officers. It's like one from every branch lined up all the way around the back of the court, all the way in front of the judge's thing. And I'm like, man, this. And then, it was a sight to behold, man. But
Did they try you right then?
No. So that was Friday. My trial wasn't supposed to start till Monday. And so after, I come back in there and they start figuring out how they going to handle me at trial in case I snap out. She decided, screw what I'm talking about. Deidre Peterson going to be my trial attorney on Monday. And if I don't like it, I can represent myself because the court is not accepting anyone else at this late hour. She's the attorney of record. So Monday we come to court, and Deidre Peterson coming there like she ain't been to sleep all weekend. She disheveled. And she said, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I can't represent him. I I'm having a panic attack. I'm nervous. Every time I hear music, I think it's his friends. I can't. And I'm talking about I seen in that judge's face in that moment, like, I'm gonna get you, nigga. I'm gonna get you. And I didn't really understand the power that they have. So I was charged party to a crime. So because me and a rappy. So when the trial actually started, because she ended up stepping away and I was able to get my attorney, Ronald Hendrick. So 90 days later, this trial starts. And at the end of the state's case, because they didn't meet the burden, their burden of proof, they didn't meet it. We both filed a motion to dismiss, my rappy and me. She accepts my rappy's motion to dismiss, cut him. Told me it's enough evidence for me to go to the jury. So we asked, okay, well, can we get a mistrial? She's like, ain't gonna be no mistrial. We said, okay, can we get that enhancer off of party to a crime since I'm the only one charged now? She said, no, we're gonna leave that party to a crime. Because what that party to a crime does is make it easier to convict. Under the elements of party to a crime, you just had to have knowledge of a thing, right? And so it just made it easier for them to convict me by keeping that party to a crime on there, and convict me they did.
So the day that you go to get sentenced,
Yeah.
what was that day like?
I remember, once I lost the trial, I told my family and friend, don't come, because I know they're finna give me 75. And so mentally I was prepared. So I thought, she went and said I was a scourge of the earth, I'm unredeemable, there's no place in society for me. She went through a whole list of disrespect, right? And I remember she said, I'm sentencing you 75 years. And they wrote it on my card in orange marker. And when they circled the 75, I see it. But as we walking back to the hole, it's like I'm having an attack or something, man, because in my mind, I done fucked my life up. I'm 25, headed to the penitentiary with 75 years. Like, what? And I caught the case at 23. I've been in the county jail for 2 years fighting it. And so anyway, I get back to the hole. I remember taking some soap, putting it on my window, grabbing some newspaper, putting it up there, wet the tissue, put it on the intercom, and I cried. I cried. I'm talking about I couldn't stop. But the people thought, the deputies and the nurses, they thought I'm in there killing myself, hurting myself. So they all at the door knocking, morale. So finally I had to, hey, listen, man, I love me. I'm not going to hurt me. I just need a minute. You know what I'm saying? I need a minute, man. And then, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm cool, man. Round one was a rough one. But now it's round two.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And God had put a resolve in me. I knew I wasn't finna die in no penitentiary.
Catching your case at 23, 25 years old, sentenced to 75 years. There's no doubt that you, in your mind, that you probably would even live to see that 100 years, right?
Right.
To touch down. But your faith told you that you would be coming home, right?
Yeah. I just knew that wasn't going to be the end of it.
Entering the prison system at 25 years old. Maximum security. What all prisons did you go to, and what was your mind frame like for the first quarter of the time?
So I went to Walpalm first. Well, you go to Dodge, and then Dodge, they sent me to Walpalm. But this was my second prison bit. Plus, most of the people in there are people I dealt with on the streets, right? In some capacity or another. So, really.
So you walked in as the infamous Sheikh Dollar anyways. Yeah,
I was me. I am who I am, And so, I was me. And so I went in there and I was me, and I had favor, because I ain't never been no bad dude, no shiesty dude, now if we got issues, right? But if we cool, we cool. And genuinely, I'm a cool dude. And so anyway, I got up in there and it was just trying to figure out a way out. It wasn't nothing else.
How far into your bit that you decided to change, that you thought change was necessary in order for you to touch back?
Change was necessary. I remember sitting around one day, and I'm high as a mug, and I'm in Oklahoma, and I'm looking around, and I'm seeing the guys that I rotate with, and some of them dudes ain't my caliber dudes, right? Some of these dudes, because we got numbers in the joint, then loaded up, right? They screaming they, something now because we got numbers. But most of these dudes on the streets wasn't nothing. They ain't never, but here they are in the joint screaming, they about something. And then I looked at the players and I realized if I knocked one of their baby mamas, they might try to kill me. So I ain't fit in there. And as I just started looking around the demographics of the penitentiary, I had a sense that I don't belong. I don't belong because I'm working tooth and nail, man, trying to get out the penitentiary. And so an incident ended up happening maybe a month later from the time I had this little epiphany where I'm kind of looking around like I don't quite fit. I had a situation where I almost killed a guard and in Oklahoma. And when that didn't happen the way it should have happened, I ended up going to, and I'm giving you the short version, I ended up going to the chapel because somebody told me it was peace in the church, right? And so I ended up going over to the chapel, and they was talking about Jesus who will forgive you for your sins. No matter what you've done, he will forgive you and give you a new start. And that resonated with me. I was raised in the church, but I don't know if I ever heard Jesus delivered this way, the forgiver, right? And I gave my life to God. And that set me on a new journey.
Exit shape into Brother Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Your newfound self in prison, right? You had shook off the old you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you walking in a righteous path.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, did you see light at the end of the tunnel?
No, because I still, again, something in me knew I wasn't dying in the penitentiary. But my focus was on winning souls, right? I really looked at it like God got me right here, and I got to do whatever God will have me to do right where I'm at, right? So it was so many people coming in and out that it wasn't even about my situation. Anybody that God allows me to meet, I'm finna share Christ. I became like an evangelist. And that was the focal point for me. I'm going to serve God no matter where I'm at, and I'm going to try to share God with whoever I come across. And that's where I really became intentional. I told people they can't call me Shake no more. You can't call me that. I cut my perm, got rid of my jewelry. Anything that I had 13 pair of shoes, brand new, I gave them away. Anything that in my mind I associated with illicit gains, because I needed a clearing of my conscience too, right? But I wasn't ever thinking about coming home.
Man, as I hear you talk about that, I think about this one gospel song. I'm just a nobody.
Oh yeah, that's my song, man. That's my
Just trying to
song,
find
the Williams
somebody.
brothers.
The Williams brothers.
I'm just a nobody.
Yeah.
Trying to tell everybody
What?
about somebody who could save anybody.
Man,
Yeah,
that's
it
what,
there, man.
Yeah. As I hear your story,
Yeah.
that the second half of your story, that gives me a newfound light on where you headed.
Mm-hmm.
You find freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You step into your true calling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So I stepped into my calling in the joint, right? But then my mother died in 2013, and that hit me in a way that I could have never imagined, right? I never thought I'd falter in my walk with God or anything like that. But in reality, in 2013, I backslid, right? And so even though Brother David is now this person, right, this identity, the essence of Brother David left. I didn't, because now, and I didn't look at it like I was mad at God, but in reality, I had to be, right? Because I backslid, and the devil came in. He also came in with a woman during this vulnerable time. I'm dealing with the loss of my mother. This woman came in, and she started doing whatever I wanted her to do. Anything she could do to make me comfortable in my position, she did, right? And a lot of the things that brought me comfort were fleshly things that were sinful, right, contrary to God. And so, so from 2013 till I came home, I'm Brother David in name, but not in deed. I'm a fallen man. I believe in God because I can never deny him. He's real. Jesus Christ is really Lord for me. However, I wasn't living a submitted Christian life from 13 to, well, I'm just now trying to get back there, right? But I come home fallen, broken, and left to try to figure it out. But even in all of that, God's been with me.
Yeah, but you lost the only person that you knew truly loved you for you.
Well, yeah, I lost everybody. So my mother, my grandmother, my father. I always say my sister, right? I had a cousin that she was the oldest cousin in our family, but she was always my big sister because I'm right under her. And so I always called her my sister. She died.
So you lost everybody, y'all.
The people that society says are your family. Yep, I lost every
One action caused you to lose everything that you loved.
Yeah, it's and so that was just reconciling the failure that plays in your mind, right? Because that's what the devil began to use of how not only did you screw your life up, but look how it's affected your family. Because if I was out there, then my mother might not have, my sister, my people might have been different if I was still there. But because I took myself out of the equation, and because I really believe my mother died of a broken heart, right? Both her boys, she did everything in her power to try to raise us, right? But we made choices and fell in love with the streets. And death and prison come with the streets. And so that's one thing that the devil had used was guilt and shame to make me stop pursuing God like I should have and know too. And so, yeah.
So what's next for Brother Dave?
Oh, man. I'm really on a mission to help our people, man. I love everybody. But I understand God made me a black man for a reason, right? And in that, I have a responsibility. For so long, I fell victim to the lies and the tricks that, that come with being a street dude, that come with, but I'm a black man and I was lost in a lot of ways doing some of the stuff I was doing because it hurt our people. It hurt us as a community. It hurt me. And so now I'm just trying to correct harms. I'm trying to wake people up. And I'm trying to show real love for everybody, but especially us.
In closing, if you can go back and talk to your 17-year-old self,
Yeah.
and then talk to a 17-year-old that's crying for help, what would you say?
Well, I would tell me first, man, slow down. Slow down. By 17, I'm tooting cocaine, smoking weed, drinking, and thinking I'm something that I'm not. So I would tell me slow down and don't believe the hype. Stop, get off drugs, especially cocaine. Nigga. Stop tooting dope. 17-year-old David, stop tooting dope. Yeah, I'd say that because that affected so many other things. And put the gun down, man. Put that gun down. 17 is when I first shot somebody. And anyway, don't you gotta love yourself. I tell Lil Shake, love yourself, man. Love yourself to a point that you commit to growing and being better than everybody that's around you. And to the 17-year-old today, man, I say the same thing, man. Slow down, take a moment. Figure out who you are and what you are. What do you want? Do you want death? Do you want a 75-year sentence in the penitentiary? What do you want? Because if you don't want an early grave or a prison sentence that's death, then you got to make some changes. And there's people out here who will help you change. And yeah,
Well,
that's what I say.
During the course of this interview, you say how much you love the city. We talked to your 17-year-old self.
Yeah.
We talked to a 17-year-old that's crying for help. Now, look in the camera and talk about Dear Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah. So, dear Milwaukee, for real, no matter how things currently seem, man, we have the power and the ability to fix everything that's wrong, right? If we start moving as a community and a collective to the YNs and old ends, man, I'm just telling you that I love y'all, and y'all have to begin to love yourselves. We all we got. And if we want to see a better Milwaukee, It starts with being a better you and a better me. And so, dear Milwaukee, man, we can do better. We gonna do better. God is with us, and if he be for us, who can be against us?
No doubt. Shake. Well, Brother David,
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming on the couch and sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
One of the moments that a lot of it, the pain, the trauma, and the hurt that you went through. Again, for coming sitting on the couch with us, sharing your story with us on Code Red, the platform, with the smoke, there's fire. I'm your host, the Playmaker. And this is Brother David, formerly known as Shake Dollar. We out.
We out.